I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Sullivan County fire investigator Arthur Hawker, the latest to take the stand in the murder trial of Paul Novak, the former town of Tustin resident charged with the 2008 killing of his estranged wife Catherine and the torching of their home to cover up the crime and collect insurance money. In testimony earlier today, Hawker, who had responded to the scene, described the discovery of Catherine Novak's body in the basement of what remained of the house. He testified that the body had appeared to have been dragged. The cause of the fire was never determined. Defense attorney Gary Greenwald was expected to cross-examine Hawker later today. Now look for a complete report on the day's Sullivan County court trial developments here at Record Online and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. Our stretch of the Delaware River has claimed another victim, and once again, it involves someone not wearing a life jacket. State police say 21-year-old Jamel Rounds of Patterson, New Jersey, drowned while swimming in the river Saturday afternoon near Sparrowbush. Investigators say Rounds was carried about 100 yards downriver and disappeared in a pool of deep water. His body was later recovered by members of the Sparrowbush Fire Department. Rounds' body was the third to be recovered from the Delaware in the past 9 days. It was a final farewell for a musical legend who was described as the perfect opening act at the Woodstock Festival back in 1969. And Sunday, friends and fans lined up at the Bethel Woods Center for the Arts to pay tribute to Richie Havens, exactly 44 years to the day of his history-making performance. Havens died in April at age 72. Sunday, performers including Jose Feliciano honored his memory through words and song. Havens played for 3 hours at Woodstock when no one else was ready to perform, and his lengthy set and the audience reaction made him a star. A small plane flew over the original concert field, spreading his ashes. One sign carried by a Havens fan read, quote, "Thanks for starting the show and returning for your finale." Elsewhere, a Kingston man is facing a number of criminal charges after police say he threw a bottle of soda at an unmarked police car from a moving vehicle along Koenig Boulevard. 24-year-old Casey Sutton then drove off but was arrested a short time later at his residence. Sutton has been charged with reckless endangerment, criminal mischief, and reckless driving. Estimates are close to 5,000 people were on Broadway in Monticello Saturday, and at one time or another, a good many of them were munching on a bagel. Appropriate behavior considering they were attending the first annual Bagel Festival. Douglas Imore of Youngsville was among the folks checking out the festival offerings between mouthfuls.
It's a great idea. We used to have an office here in town, and we used to have a store here in town, and we haven't seen this many people in quite a while in Monticello. Enjoying the sights and like to see everybody out here and doing something good in Monticello.
The Bagel Fest idea came from Jeff Siegel, the president of the Monticello Business Association, who was overjoyed to see his dream becoming a reality.
Almost 2 years ago when I told the village, the town, and the county, and then went to New York State Senate Assembly, they did all laugh. Everybody laughed. But they didn't laugh like, oh, you know, you're crazy. They just kind of chuckled because they're like a bagel, and nobody really, you know, but because it was funny enough, they all said yes and said, you know, what the heck. The big purpose really behind the Bagel Festival, besides having fun and all of the vendors, there's over 100 vendors here. There's thousands of people on Broadway, which we're going to get renamed Bagel Boulevard. But you know what? It's about tourism. It's about economic development. It's about bringing people to our community, and our community is Sullivan County.
Everybody was getting into the act. There was the guy with the inflatable bagel on his back, and even tie-dyed colored bagels in honor of the Woodstock weekend. And since Monticello has now been designated the bagel capital, Siegel vows the festival will become an annual event. Bragging rights were on the line over the weekend at the Ulster County Fairgrounds in New Paltz, where teams of cooks were putting their barbecuing skills to the taste test for judges and festival goers during the 9th annual Ribfest, sponsored by the Highland Rotary Club. The event brings some of the region's more renowned barbecue chefs to the fairgrounds, along with an estimated 12,000 barbecue lovers for the two-day event. And for cooks, this is a serious contest where chefs battle for prizes and prestige. More than 50 barbecue teams manned their grills this time around. The Rotary Club uses the proceeds from the mouth-watering event to help fund many of its community service programs in Ulster County. And people took to the streets of Newburgh Saturday to take part in the city's annual African American Parade and Multicultural Unity Day celebration. It began with a parade down Liberty Street that began at South Junior High School and ended at Audrey Carey Park, where the celebration then got underway. Organizers say the event is held to promote unity among the many cultures that call the city of Newburgh home. Warmer, more humid conditions will dominate our weather for the next couple of days. Tuesday will be mostly sunny, but not as comfortable as last week. The highs will be in the upper 80s. Another day of humid weather on Wednesday with a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures getting up around 90 degrees. Stay informed by starting your day with the Times-Herald Record. And when news breaks, look for it right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.